What's up? This is the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show. We're at the M3 Rock Festival in Columbia, Maryland, part of the Wild Style Network. Happy to join Spread Eagle. We got Ray West, Rob Deluca, Jommy Puledda. Following off of their set here, an amazing blistering set.
Thank you.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
How you guys feeling? Like, so one of the things that struck me, specifically Ray, that you said on stage today, it took you 25 years to get here, which I couldn't believe came out of your mouth. So how are you feeling about that right now?
We've been working hard. This is since we got Jommy in the band. So, and I know, we've been putting on a wish list. I'm always and it's finally nice just to finally get here. But it's because we've been working our asses off. So it felt great. I feel like, man, it's just such a thing. It's a great new experience to have people just want to be around and sign things and talk to us. I feel like, we belong here. Sure. That's what it feels like, so.
Yeah.
But it took long enough.
Yeah, so we actually, after the set, we ran into a few folks talking about, hey, you guys know that band? Because I was wearing the t-shirt. Right. And they're like, yeah, we know these guys. They came out and played at our venue in Manassas, and you're like, those guys were fucking awesome. So it's like, how long have they been around? So we talked about, folks, about, your history. And so as the set went on, you could see, more people were standing up, and obviously Ray encouraged folks the last song, but you could see you were winning the crowd over. So super excited, glad you guys got to do that. I know we talked about that previously. So, kind of Rob, talk about your feelings after the set.
I think we did what we came here to do. I think the reaction I got was, it was a big success. So you never really know. So
Yeah, man.
By the end, I felt like, yeah, we did it.
It's like a box of chocolates. I feel great, man. It was, 35 minutes. We had 35 minutes to work, and we just did the best we could with it.
How's it feel?
Great. It was a great show.
Any highlights for you?
I liked the energy that we had on stage, and I think Spread Eagle deserve a big stage like this to express himself like we were doing today.
It was definitely strong.
It was 35 minutes, but I feel like I was in a 15-round fight.
Around the stage, it's hard to
Yeah, on the big stage, right?
And Jommy, I want to follow up on that with you, because that was something I certainly noticed today, is your guitar work. It was fantastic. So I have to compliment you on that. Are you feeling just like, I know you came into the band as a newer member. Are you feeling just like a bigger presence, with your guitar work? And is it just more of a comfortable feel for you to kind of fit in with how you're playing right now?
I can say I studied so much on these songs. I studied very well all the rhythms, the lead guitar bars, and then with the time, more and more, I'm finding my way to express these songs. I follow the original songs, of course, and then I add my little touch, one side, and I think that's the best thing to do. You want to have respect to what is previously done, and then you add a little bit of twist.
Sure.
You see where that works. And you feel I'm sure it becomes natural to feel, okay, this is where I can
Yeah, and then one thing is the recording, another thing is the live. It's not different anymore. So you play in a different way, different feel, and every time is different. So it's you act based off also of the response of the crowd. It's like a nice exchange of energy between the band and the crowd, and every night is different. So you never know what you will get.
Because if we're learning what works and what doesn't. Jommy, the translation from studio to live is one of the biggest things. It's such a big part of what we do. Sure. It's not just, it's a big sound that we have to have, and he owns it. When he plays between the notes, it's a lot of nuance, and that's what makes it so good. Sure.
And the day when someone new comes into the band, they become an equal member. The first day. That's how we do it.
Still got to carry my bags for my mom.
And just to add, like I've played in other bands where you know you have to learn their music. They have a huge history. I felt like even in the beginning I would know all the notes correctly. Maybe years later I still felt like I was getting better on those songs.
Sure.
There's certain, and I'm playing the same notes, but there's something about it that you just get more and more in tune with what that band is about. You know? So that's from a bass point.
Sure.
Yeah, our focus overall's gotten better. We got more a direct line to the energy we're trying to project. I think it's like thoughts. So today broke my mind.
So obviously, you know, unfortunately, you guys had to play a little bit earlier in the set, so the place wasn't quite as full as it normally would be.
What are you talking about? It was packed.
We thought it was.
I don't think you were at the same concert I was at.
Well, you know what struck me as we kind of walked through the audience, tons of Spread Eagle shirts. So people were into the show. So obviously we talked about, you know, you guys are finally breaking in with this group and being able to expose more people to Spread Eagle and you know the New York music scene. So were you guys feeling that energy during the set today?
I'm gonna say yeah, and you know, because I'm out there rapping quite a bit, I can feel things growing out there. You know, and I see more people coming in to the venue to hear the band. Like, what the hell is that? So I think we connected really well today. It's only 35 minutes, yes. I would have loved to play an hour and a half, but you make the most of what you got. And it's cool to watch people catch on to it and connect. That's the beauty about doing this all over again. Is we're watching the people connect with the music, and it's a strong, very strong thing. But today just really went me over the top of it. I know what we can do. Like, just given the chance to get this band on stage, we can do what we're meant to do.
We're only 3 years into it, John. The band has this whole history, but we've been really hitting it since John came here. Our last guitar player was great, but he didn't want to tour, so that was obviously we're a functioning band. In some ways, but not in every way.
Sure.
Jommy came in, now we're a completely 100% functioning band. So we're 3 years into it. You know, we're like you guys said earlier, like Ray said, you know, we finally got invited to M3. It's our first time here. We played early, we know that, you know. As you said, there was a lot of people with our shirts on that wanted to see us, you know. Getting on cruises every other year. You know, it's starting to happen, but it's, you know, you have to be patient, you have to work hard, you know. There's thousands of bands that wanted the slot that we got today,
Right.
you know, but the ones that are working the hardest will get those, and that's what we're doing. So it's in progress.
And there's like a whole bumper sticker for that. You're not really being in the moment. This whole thing is about being in the moment. It's a live event. This is something people take with them. They you know, spread the word literally. You know, it's all word of mouth. You know, you guys see Spread Eagle. Why? Why should people come and see this band? You know, I think we create a really cool sense of sonic community, and I think it's a great place to be. And I want people to be a part of that. So that's the mission. Feel me?
And that's an intense feeling for that time we're on stage. That's sonic.
So I want to bring everybody in, and it's cool to watch people latch on to them. Because we're joyful as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm really happy as fuck right now.
Yeah.
And you see Ricky's when he's playing something, he's smiling.
We play vicious, but it's just a beautiful feeling.
Absolutely.
You know, love, you know, musical love.
It's like, what's that thing on the Hard Knock? It's contagious. It's contagious.
Absolutely. I get to ask you a selfish question because I saw something that thrilled me. So I'm gonna refer to one of your songs, which is Devil's Rhythm off of 1990s Tears, Open to the Public. When I hear that song, and I got to hear that live today, I was thrilled. I think it's such a well-crafted rock song. So my question is, a fan of that song, how was that composed, and where did that come from?
It's Ray's band.
Lyrically, I was reading a lot of Anne Rice at the time.
Okay.
I was living at night. I don't think I ever got any sleep. So, you know, it's first let's go back to how I was living in the studio. Back in the day, Paul was a great producer, arranger. So the instrumental piece in the middle, that sort of bluesy, cool jazzy thing, you don't find that most songs, you know? Melodically, it's really, it flows a lot.
Yeah.
And it's easy to, it's not easy to sing.
Yeah.
But lyrically, it's about a journey, you know, into the night. Even though we're playing in the daytime.
Yeah.
But you know, some of us live life without any limits, and we hurt ourselves. It's about that journey.
Sure.
You know, and, it's easy to go down the devil's road, you know, literally, especially if you live in the city. but the song just has a great emotional value to me. It grooves like no one's business. It's got the badass middle section in it. I have to scream my brains out at the end, and it's kind of epic.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't translate the lyrics that much. I like people to take it for what they are, make it their own. Sure. But the song's about a cool journey, but it's about going into the dark place and coming back out of it.
Sure.
And that's life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Love
And,
that song.
and everyone experiences that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the groove, man. I watched people start doing 10. I was like, yeah, man. I'm feeling good.
So it was great kind of getting that thing going early in the set. And so I know we've talked a little bit of you guys are doing a lot of road work, and hopefully, it's okay. I think we're breaking a little bit of news here, but it sounds like I know you guys have played at our local venue, the Salisbury Center, and I think we've got a date coming up on June 20th. So welcoming you guys back to the Salisbury Center, and it's going to be great to have you back there.
Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah,
Manassas.
Manassas, Virginia. So talk a little bit about what you guys got coming up, and we're looking forward to having you guys back in the Salisbury Center.
We're just gonna bring it. I love the room.
It's
I
a good
love you
sound
guys.
room.
It's a great sound room. It's a good size room too. I think the people that come to that particular venue are really like into rock and roll. It's a great rock scene, a great rock town. And in this country, we're trying to find those places and find those places. So I would go back to Manassas over and over again.
And that's a local gig for them.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So we're excited. We're also obviously we've been designing the set a certain way for a couple of years. So it gives us a chance to kind of rearrange some things and add some fresh tunes. So we've got our work cut out for us. We make the most of it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play.
Jommy lives in Hagerstown. So
Different state, but
very close. and
Across the river.
and we have a good connection to that area, this is Jommy. And our drummer Rick was born in Manassas. So he's an Army brat. Called him an Army brat, right?
Yeah. And Virginia just rocks, man.
Virginia rocks. So it's very important to us to establish a strong foothold in your area. So we appreciate the gig. And also because we can help out at Johnny's house.
Nice house too.
He's got a nice house and a wonderful family, so we want to play Manassas often, and we're glad to be coming back. So June 20th, so
Yep, June 20th.
that's a Friday.
Friday, June 20th.
Friday, June 20th. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Salisbury Center, Manassas, Virginia.
And to add, we're going around the country mining these rock scenes. We're trying to find out exactly where they are, where the data leads us. We just follow the data. It's great to find great rock scenes. And that's one of them.
I'm going to finish with just a loaded question. A loaded question. Because we had the privilege of talking to you guys after we came off of the Monsters of Rock cruise, and now we have the privilege of talking to you after the M3 Rock Festival. So my loaded question is, how do they compare?
Well, one is a captive audience no matter what. They can't go anywhere. Off the boat. They're both in the same. It's about the people.
Sure.
It's not the people. And I think even though we didn't play 5 times today. I felt like we had thousands of people in front of us.
Yeah.
The boat, we had thousands of people in front of us. They both have this great population. But the boat is like, there's a band playing every half hour. People are happy, they're eating everything, they're drinking everything. Right? They're coming up to us on the boat. And same thing here, people have access to the band.
Right.
So both places have access to the band. You can walk around and be with everybody. We're really accessible. We like to hang out with us moms and kids babies. So
The boat you get at least 2 sets.
Yeah.
I've done
Okay.
cruises where you do 3 sets. So
Okay.
Here it's one and done, and it was early, so it was a short one. So
Yeah, the
that
boat
was very different.
the boat is more working vacation. But
But they're both very important.
Absolutely.
And it's not like playing, Switzerland or whatever the phrase is. Like we need to own both of them. They're both very important to a band that's trying to do what we're doing. And these bands that are playing today, they're the ones playing the both. It's very important to do both.
There's a circle of bands, and we want to bring it to them.
Yeah.
Little by little, they're like today I saw a lot of people watching this. And it's cool to get into the mix. The boat, you play 2 times, you know other people. You're constantly working and working. And man, the boat thing changed my life. I had no idea it was that cool. I had no idea it was like, you know, on the boat, I'm like, all right, whatever, play the boat, whatever. And I'm like, I want to play the boat. When do we play the boat again? So it's nice to be invited.
Do I have to leave the boat?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't want to get off. It's a great lifestyle. I got friends that do. You just go on cruises all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
You play,
If you want to leave on deck all night, just chill.
relax. You know, before you have very
I would be up in the balcony with my wife, and I'd look down, I'd see Jommy right in the front row, center, you know, at some concert going,
both playing the boat, but also you are a little bit fan of some events.
Enjoying the band.
It's a very complete experience. You are playing and you are enjoying the.
So we're gonna see you like front row for Stephen Piercy and Warren Beatty.
This is how the evening evolves.
how your spirit gets moved.
I was dancing like a 13-year-old girl last night for David Lee Roth.
Oh, yeah.
That blew my mind.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody here was happy.
Yeah,
They were happy for him. He was happy, obviously. It's cool to watch that. It affected everybody.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm so glad I got to witness that last night. I think that carried over to today. Like, I felt great this morning.
Sure.
So
I was saying 1 o'clock for anybody.
So it was really good, like talking to a couple of folks, you know, after the set, you know, because I had the T-shirt on, and they're like, oh, these guys are a new band. I'm like, no, they've been around for a little while. And he's like, but they sound like a new rock band, and I'm like, yeah,
We're not an oldies.
yeah,
No,
it's
no.
not.
We don't look it, we don't act it. We
Yeah.
don't, nothing we do is like it.
Yeah, so we may be from back in the day, but we're here now.
Yeah. No, and that was the feel we were getting from talking to folks is like the music has transcended the time from when you guys did your first album to where you guys are at now, and this is good. It's newer rock, and it's there's not much of that, so it's cool to see that. It was great for you guys to be able to hit the stage here this year, and looking forward to, like I said, the Salisbury Center on June 20th. Thank you for a little bit of time chatting with us.
Our pleasure, man. It's great to be the new guys.
We feel young, man. We've always had our own little thing. I'm not trying to say that we're revolutionary or anything, but our own little corner of hard rock has always been ours. And there aren't many bands in that little corner, especially in New York City. So we're comfortable with that. We have a little place, our own place.
Yeah.
And I think when people hear that, they see it for the first time. They don't know that we've been together for 35 years.
Right.
They think, oh, is this a new band? This is cool. This is relevant. We've always been relevant. We always will be. It's just, it's timeless.
And there's something to be said about it. It's just the 4 of us going out there making all this noise. I'm like, if we're doing this, and looking around, it's us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. It's a great ride.
Another great live show. We've talked about this several times in our podcast. From Spread Eagle, so congratulations. It was fantastic. High energy, great songs. You can't get better rock and roll than these guys sitting right here. So thank you so
Thanks
much.
again, guys, for spending a little time with us on the Stand Up and Shout Rock Show
From the Wild Style
Network.
Wild
and
Style
we'll
Network.
see you soon.
Spread 'em.